Hi, my name is Jake and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to be talking all things Jurassic World. I'm going to summarize the second one so that way you are prepared to see Jurassic World Dominion. This is the 6th episode of Tufting Talk, so while I give you the lowdown on Jurassic World 2, we're going to be making a rug of the classic Jurassic logo in that Jurassic World blue. Let's get into it. Now, at the end of the first Jurassic World, that bitch was closed down because what happened? Well, we all knew what was going to happen. Somebody got out of their cage, tried to destroy not only the dinosaurs, but the people. They were hungry and they just wanted to kill for sport, which is what Chris Pratt said. At the beginning of 2, we see everybody split up, Miss Jessica Chastain, which I know it's not Jessica Chastain, I'm just making a joke. She has started a dinosaur protection nonprofit situation, which I think she's really just trying to find her purpose again, because in the first one, she was a bad bitch. She was running around the whole island, making sure things were happening, and she didn't even realize that she was working for such an unethical situation. At the beginning of 2, it's just drama, starts in the dark, things are in the water. They try to go extract some DNA from a dinosaur. They get killed, of course. What's new? They couldn't close the gates. This big ass whale shark fish situation, nasty ass big ass bitch gets out and goes into the open ocean. So that's really good. Really, really good. I'm sure we're going to see that again in Dominion somewhere. They're going to pop up. They've been in every movie, so. She is getting front credits. Yeah. 3 years later, the US Senate is debating on whether or not they should protect the dinosaurs because on Isla Nublar, there is a volcano that is exploding and it's basically going to destroy the entire island and all the life on it. But there's an ethical dilemma. Do we protect animals that aren't supposed to be here but were recreated for entertainment, which is already unethical, or we let God's will play itself out by letting the island and the dinosaurs get destroyed? Dr. Ian Malcolm, who is played, of course, by the Jeff Goldblum, testifies that dinosaurs are not good for us. They went extinct for a reason. We are not supposed to coexist with them, and that we should just let the volcano take everybody out like the meteor. Because John Hammond, the original scientist who started Jurassic Park, he did some unethical things and was cloning dinosaurs. He shouldn't have brought anything back to life. Okay, let's just leave them as fossils in a museum. Let's admire, let's learn, let's understand, but we don't need to see them, interact with them, because they are wild animals that deserve respect, by the way, but that can destroy us, squish us with a ball change. We need to stay out of it. I think these movies do a really good job at making us feel like this could happen in our world. They create a whole situation that feels so real, as if, yeah, there's a Jurassic World that we could go and visit. And I'm glad there isn't. I wouldn't go there. Nope, it's gorgeous, but you could catch me in Hawaii. Yeah, that's where I'm gonna go. Costa Rica. I'm not going to Jurassic nothing. I'm gonna look in a book, I'm gonna watch a doc, and think about the Jurassic of it all. I don't want to see it. I don't want to smell it. I don't want to look at it. Nope. Claire, Miss Bryce Dallas Howard, gets a call from a rich man. He is the former partner of John Hammond, the original creator of Jurassic Park. He's nearing the end of his life. Let me tell you, he's looking like the Crypt Keeper, crack. He's ready to crack, is basically what's going to happen. He looks old. He's ancient, yeah. He's Jurassic, in fact, yeah. He's basically like, Claire, girl, I need your help because I want to save the dinosaurs. The Senate is not going to do anything. They're going to stay out of it, and we need to save these dinos. And I got a lot of money. I need you to go to the island. I need you to use your handprint to find the trackers of the remaining dinosaurs so that way we can snatch them up and put them in a gorgeous piece of land where they can just roam free and not be bothered by the human civilization. She's like, oh, yes. Oh, my God, I would love that. I will save the animals, sure. But she has to convince Chris Pratt's character to go with her because he needs to help capture Blue, who is the iconic, stunning raptor that we've all come to know and love. I mean, she's sickening. She's highly intelligent, one of the most intelligent animals on the planet. So she's highly coveted. So we should have seen the red flags in the beginning, but we were trying to think that people are good, that people are inherently good, and they're not out for money or power. No, who needs that? They want to protect animals for sure. Everybody does. Owen, Chris Pratt's character, he's like, okay, bitch, I'll go with you. And he definitely still has feelings for her. I still don't know why it never worked out with them, because they are complete opposites. Opposites attract. They are attracted to each other. It should have just worked out, but it didn't. Whatever. Chris, I don't know, he's building like Noah's Ark or some shit on an empty piece of land. And Claire's just like, yeah, this is why I didn't want to be with you, because I don't even know what you're even doing. Claire recruits a computer technician who is played by Justice Smith. Work, bitch. I went to high school with him. Love him. He's really been working. I mean, his schedule is busy. And a veterinarian played by Zia Rodriguez, who is also sickening. And I think she could be a Power Ranger if she wanted to. Definitely. She gives that kind of vibe. By the way, Lockwood, the rich guy, the rich old ancient crypt keeper, the rich guy has employed a guy named Eli Mills, and he's kind of managing his estate, all his money, the operations, everything. So he's involved with saving the animals. So they go to the island. It's gorgeous. Chris Pratt finds Blue, and they have a sweet reunion for like a millisecond before these fucking idiots shoot her with the tranquilizer multiple times. Also shoot him in the chest, making him go out. Oh, and they also shoot Blue with the actual bullet. So that's really, really good. These soldiers were employed by Lockwood to transport the animals to their new land. But at this point, we realize something is amiss. There's a screw loose here, and they're not good people. A really wild turn of events where they all have to somehow get back to the ship so they can get off the island because lava high, it's exploding, it's going everywhere. They finally make it on to the ship with, I mean, inches. Like the truck gets stuck on the edge of the platform, and somehow Jessica Chastain, she does it and she gets out of there. They sneak onto the ship. Jessica Chastain puts on a hat as if that's gonna disguise her. It's giving Superman when he puts on glasses and everybody thinks, oh my God, Clark, what are you doing? What are you doing here? When it's like, if we just look past a little pair of glasses, you would realize that it's Superman, but I digress. I'm not in the writer's room. Remember, Blue is shot. She's bleeding out. The veterinarian is like, you guys, I need blood. I need to do a blood transfusion of a dinosaur on this ship while I'm also been taken prisoner. I don't know where the computer technician is. These two lovebirds now have to go and find an animal that is close to a raptor to get the blood from, and that just happens to be the T-Rex, because remember in the first one we found out that the T-Rex that they formulated had raptor DNA along with like a camouflaging frog and a bunch of other things. That is the closest thing to a raptor that we're gonna get on this, Noah's Ark situation. So they get in there. They get the blood, they get out, they do the transfusion, everything. We think that everything is going well, but it's an action movie, so everything is not going to go according to plan. Now, the rich guy has a granddaughter, and she's overhearing some shady conversations that Eli is having, and she's realizing, oh, this bitch is bad. And basically what he wants to do is take the animals, put them in this like dungeon situation, because this is a mansion, it's got a dungeon, work Jeffree Star, and basically sell them off to the highest bidder. Not only sell them off to the highest bidder, but also increase their value by convincing people that they could actually take the DNA of that dinosaur and clone it and recreate them and make more, which is the opposite of what we want to do. By the way, the rest of the world believes that all the dinosaurs died on the island, but that's completely false, putting the entire world at stake. And I'm guessing that's why the third one is called Dominion, because they're ready to dominate the planet. Yeah, not good. Dr. Henry Wu, the one from the first one who was unethical and making things that shouldn't have been made, he has created a new dinosaur called an Indoraptor, which is the most intense, ready-to-kill dinosaur there's ever been. People will use it for their own military gain. You can send it out in the field and it'll kill all their enemies. Dr. Wu, didn't you learn from the first one that maybe you shouldn't be creating new things? Yeah. Especially if it doesn't benefit from society, actually takes away from it. I don't know what this man is thinking, because he narrowly got out with his life in the first one, and now he wants to create more chaos. This movie made over $1 billion. Wow. The reason that these bad people want Blue specifically is because they've seen how she reacts to Chris Pratt's commands, that she can take commands. But they don't realize that just by pulling her DNA and putting it in the Indoraptor, something that's already powerful enough, it's not going to automatically, innately make it listen to you. These are wild animals, people. And the reason why she listens to Chris Pratt is because he imprinted on her when she was young. They have a special bond. So she listens to what he has to say because she trusts him. What these idiots don't know is that she got shot and had to have a blood transfusion from another dinosaur, so her blood is no longer pure. It's not gonna work anyway. Maisie goes to her grandpa and she's like, Gramps, yeah, this Eli bitch, he is gonna fuck up all your shit. Alright, he has stolen the dinosaurs. He's not putting them on land, okay? He's got them underneath this house, and they're gonna have an auction to sell them off to the highest bidders. Over $100 million. Your dying wish should probably be to set these animals free, and that's what I'm gonna do. That's basically how the scene went. He confronts Eli and he's like, you need to call the cops right now. You need to get on that phone and tell them what you're doing because you've been caught. Now, this old man, you are smart. How do you have all this money? How did you accrue all this money? And at the very last moment of your life, you're gonna make the dumbest decision of your life. By telling the enemy that you know about his plan, and the way you're gonna foil it is by ordering him to call the cops on himself. Girl dumb. Not to mention that this Eli bitch, yeah, he's the killer. He's the killer. He is out for blood. He wants that money. I don't know what his obsession is with money, but he needs it. He ends up killing the old man by smothering him or choking him or some kind of situation. The granddaughter comes back in. She finds her grandpa dead. She is very upset. By this point, Chris Pratt and Jessica Chastain are locked in the dungeon with the dinosaurs, no way to get out, and he realizes that there's a dinosaur with big-ass horns in the room next to them, and that if he just whistles several times, it will continue to hit its head on the brick wall that we thought was impenetrable, and eventually, it will break us out of this. So that's exactly what happens. The auction begins. There's all these weird rich people sitting around in this dungeon room, looking at the dinosaurs, bidding on the dinosaurs, having champagne and laughing and gagging and loving their lives when they're just doing terrible things, but whatever. That's rich people. We then find out that the granddaughter, Maisie, of the old man, was actually cloned from his daughter who died. So he used his scientific knowledge and all the research that he had done on dinosaurs and did it to a human. And she's like, oh, damn, I'm just like the dinos. I'm a dino, basically. I'm a dino girl. Call me dino girl. Not diner girl. Dino girl. Come on, Hilary Duff. She makes friends with Owen and Claire. They run around trying to stop this whole situation. It just so happens that Lockwood has his own museum in his mansion. They hide in an exhibit from the Indoraptor because that'll work. The Indoraptor got out. No surprise there. Because of why? An idiot. The guy who led the team on the island, he goes in there after sedating him and wants to grab a tooth from this thing because he's making a necklace. My God, men are so stupid. And he dies. Lots of people die in this. Lots of people die. Dr. Wu is like, we're not selling the Indoraptor, girls. The Indoraptor is not for sale. It was just a preview because it's a prototype. It's not meant to be sold. And Eli is like, girl, we need the money. They want to buy and we want to sell. So that's exactly what we're going to do. Owen lures the dinosaur that broke them out into an elevator that goes directly down to the dungeon bidding room and starts wreaking havoc, just throwing people everywhere, just hitting them. It's just a whole mess. Clico flying through the air, biscuits and onions and funyuns going everywhere. People getting flown, getting killed. But that's what we're dealing with. Wild animals who are completely unpredictable. Nobody learned from 3 Jurassic Park movies that maybe this was not a good idea? Whatever. Basically, there's a lot of running around, a lot of back and forth through the mansion. Remember I said they were hiding in a display in the museum. That didn't work out. The glass broke, a whole situation. Now the Indoraptor is ready. He's out for blood, and he happens to only want to go for the main characters, of course. So he's chasing them all around this whole house, on the roof. Finally, Blue appears, and Blue is like, oh no, bitch, you're not killing my father today. Takes the bitch through the roof, all the glass breaks, and the Indoraptor lands on fossils of, a relative, basically, and dies. And Blue is like, I am that bitch. Everybody is saved, but there are still dinosaurs locked in the dungeon below, and they're like, we gotta save them, we gotta do something. But the filtration system has failed, so there's hydrogen cyanide leaking into the chamber. So all these dinosaurs are like, we need to get out of here, this is not good for us. They open the gates to all the prison cells. The dinosaurs are now in a hallway, but they haven't opened the door to the outside because Chris Pratt is like, Claire, if you do this, there is no going back. You're gonna let all these dinosaurs out into the free world. We don't know where they're gonna go, we don't know where they're gonna be, and they could wreak a lot of havoc. They could possibly destroy the human civilization. Claire's like, I witnessed the good dinosaur dying on the island as we sailed away, ready to enjoy In-N-Out at any moment. And that dinosaur died in a fire, in lava. Oh my God, one of the worst ways to go. She's flashing back and she's thinking about all these things. She opens the lid to the big red button. Classic. And she puts her hand over it. And she's like, no, I can't do it. I can't let them out because it's just gonna open Pandora's box. And I've just gotta let them all die by suffocation, intoxication. Another bad way to go. The dinosaurs didn't ask for this. They didn't ask to be born. They didn't ask to be protected. They didn't ask to be killed. They are just living their innocent lives. They don't know anything other. So Claire and Owen, they walk over to the glass and they stare at the creatures and they're just upset. And I would be upset too. I was upset watching. And Maisie, the granddaughter, she walks over, pushes that bitch. And the doors swing wide open. And the dinosaurs, they just start going out. And she's like, I had to do it. They're just like me. You know, because I'm a clone too. And I had a feeling she was going to do it too. I mean, I get it. I would do it too. I think I would do it. I'm vegetarian. I can't see animals suffering. No. You know what? The unethical thing had already occurred. Okay? You already brought them back to life. You already cloned them. The damage has been done. We shouldn't just kill them. We should do what Lockwood was going to do, which is put them on a remote piece of land and let them live their lives. Carefully curate their experience, obviously. Make sure that nobody's mating, nobody's making more. Just let them live their lives until they die. And then that's it. No more dinosaurs. Barely any human intervention because obviously, no, it's not good. After all these people have died, Eli Mills is still alive. That little coward is trying to run away with an Indoraptor bone. Of course, I'm sure, so he could clone it. So he could still get some money out of this situation. But then we see T-Rex comes right in and eats that bitch up real quick. He deserved that. He didn't even care about the animals. He didn't care about their welfare, please. All he wanted was the money. Greedy, greedy, greedy. Oh, and by the way, the T-Rex steps on the bone, completely shatters it, so that way no one else can steal it and clone it. All the main characters were good. None of them died. They get out safely, and they look at Blue one last time before she runs off into the forest, into freedom. Which, in that moment, it's so sweet, but it's gonna cause so many problems. On the closing scene, we see Dr. Malcolm, Jeff Goldblum, sitting in a new Senate hearing saying, well, shit, now we have to coexist. We have to find a way to live together because all this shit went down and we're screwed, basically. I told you so. Yeah, I told you this was going to happen, but y'all didn't listen. They listened to him initially by saying we're not going to protect them, but they should have done a little bit more due diligence to make sure that the dinosaurs weren't going to be stolen by a rich man and his team in order to be safely rescued, but then later foiled by a greedy bitch who just wanted them for his own gain. Humans, gotta love them. Damn, these movies make a lot of money. Because the first one made over $1 billion as well. Wow, people love it. I think people just love dinosaurs, honestly. When this third one, we don't know a lot of the story of what's happening or what's gonna happen. We do know that the dinos are running free and they gotta figure out a way to capture them or kill them. I just hope it's a happy ending. I really do. I know a lot of people are gonna die. Hopefully none of the mains. But maybe Bryce and Chris will get together. We'll see. I don't know. There's going to be some fan service because they are bringing classic characters back to reprise their roles. Laura Dern is returning as Dr. Ellie Sattler, slay bitch. She's a paleobotanist. Paleobotany is the branch of botany dealing with the recovery and identification of plant remains from geological contexts and their use for the biological reconstruction of past environments. Paleogeography. So, okay, she's a plant queen. Jeff Goldblum, of course, is coming back as Dr. Ian Malcolm. love him. He's a former consultant for Jurassic Park, and he's a key figure involved in the San Diego incident depicted in The Lost World, Jurassic Park from 1997. Sam Neill is coming back as Dr. Alan Grant, who's a paleontologist who consulted for Jurassic Park, and he's a survivor of the Isla Sorna expedition depicted in Jurassic Park 3 from 2001. We've got DeWanda Wise playing Kyla Watts, who is a former Air Force pilot who is going to help Owen and Claire on her mission. She's from She's Gotta Have It on Netflix. She is fabulous in that show. She's also absolutely drop dead gorgeous. Then we've got Mamadou Athey from Archive 81, which is such a good show. You should watch that. He is playing the head of communications of Biosyn. BD Wong is Dr. Henry Wu, returning. He is the lead geneticist behind the dinosaur cloning programs at both Jurassic Park and Jurassic World. He is controversial. He needs to be taken out. He doesn't need to be killed, but he's caused a lot of issues. He's basically the reason why all of this is happening. Omar Sy is back as Barry Sembene. Isabella Sermon is back as Maisie Lockwood. This is all her fault, let's be honest, because she released the bitches. Campbell Scott is Dr. Lewis Dodgson, the CEO of Biosyn Genetics. It's a rival company of InGen. The film is actually set 4 years after the events of the second Jurassic World movie, where the dinosaurs are living alongside humans around the world. This fragile balance will reshape the future and determine, once and for all, whether human beings are to remain the apex predators on a planet they now share with history's most fearsome creatures. So that's that. You're ready to see Jurassic World Dominion. I am really excited for this movie. I think it's going to be a great conclusion to this franchise, and hopefully nobody major dies. But we'll see. If somebody dies, please don't make it Laura Dern. You know, she's been through enough, and at this point she's a legend, so let her stay a legend. Because she's a paleo, what the fuck she is? Paleo something with the plants. So just let her live her botany lifestyle. She doesn't need to be eaten. Let somebody else die. Alright, time for the rug reveal. Jurassic Park was released in 1993, and it's centered on a disastrous attempt to create a theme park of cloned dinosaurs. This classic, iconic film was of course directed by Steven Spielberg, and based on Michael Crichton's novel of the same name. Universal Pictures and Amblin Entertainment actually bought the rights in 1990, before Jurassic Park the novel was even published. Jurassic Park was selected in 2018 for preservation in the U.S. National Film Registry by the Library of Congress as being culturally, historically, or aesthetically significant. Then in 2015, a second trilogy of films began, with the fourth film in the series being called Jurassic World. The film was successful, becoming the first film to gross over $500 million worldwide in its opening weekend, and grossed over $1.6 billion through the course of its theatrical run, making it the third highest grossing film of all time. She got bumped though, because now she's 7. That's okay. Avatar, number 1. Number 2, Avengers Endgame. Number 3, Titanic. Number 4, Star Wars The Force Awakens. Number 5, Avengers Infinity War. Number 6, Spider-Man No Way Home. And number 7, Jurassic World. Minions is number 22. As it should be, Jurassic World Dominion will be coming out in theaters this Friday, June 10th. Presumably, it's the final film in the entire Jurassic franchise. Until 10 years from now, when they decide, let's do it again! Why not? I had a lot of fun making this rug, watching these movies, and talking about everything with you, and I'm really excited to see the movie when it comes out this weekend. Let's keep this conversation going. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and if you have any suggestions for a rug I should make, or something I should talk about, let me know that too. If you like this video, you'll love last week's video, where I talked about all things Stranger Things. If you like my vibe, hit subscribe and hit that like button, because they just found out that they're the clone of their dead mother, so they're actually a copy of their dead mother who they've never met, who's not actually their mother because they were created in a lab. They need a like. And make sure to follow me on Instagram and TikTok at WildJakey for more messy content like this. My name is Jake, and I'll see you next time. Bye.